We are starting with breaking news as the Orangeburg County Sheriff just held a bit of an unusual press conference.
That's right, Andrea. Less than an hour ago, the Orangeburg County Sheriff gave an update on a missing woman. The coroner's office is confirming tonight the human remains found early this month were in fact those of Melissa Aguilar.
Yeah, Walker Lawson was there as the press conference as the sheriff gave details on how she was found. It at some point included her family finding some of the remains. It just was a bit convoluted. Walker, what did you make of the presser?
It was very confusing. I mean, the sheriff came out and said that he heard from the family just hours ago that Melissa, that the Orangeburg County team had seen that these were her remains, the coroner's office, but the sheriff's office didn't confirm that. They said that the coroner's office apparently reached out to the family and informed them that this was Melissa's remains, but they have heard nothing. They're sending their condolences to the family, but again, no confirmation. We've also reached out to the coroner's office and we haven't heard anything back since the press conference that took place right around 4:30. Now, what they did is they laid out a timeline for Miss Aguilar. Now, she was reported missing back on August 18th. They said that over the last few months they've been looking for her, and then on January 4th they actually came across her remains. Those remains were then given to the Orangeburg County, passed along to the coroner's office, and they were to take those remains to Columbia to be looked at, but then apparently her family came across more remains the exact same day on January 5th. So it's very confusing, and I'm sure very confusing for the family and very confusing for those that were watching the press conference today.
Yeah, Walker, we were watching along with you as you were there live, and you know, the sheriff at one moment saying that he didn't have confirmation from the coroner that this was Miss Aguilar, but that the family has been notified by the coroner. Is that correct?
That is correct. The coroner's office, from what the family has told him, reached out hours ago and said these were her remains. He did not confirm that to us. When asked if he spoke to the coroner's office before holding the press conference, he said he had not spoken to them yet. He didn't answer as to why. But again, we've reached out and haven't heard anything from the coroner's office either.
Walker, again, there were some confusing moments during that press conference, and I know for our viewers this is probably the first news that they've heard of this all day. When you walked away from the press conference, when things wrapped up this evening, did you feel like there was going to be confirmation from the coroner's office to the media anytime soon?
No, we've heard nothing. I mean, even the sheriff, again, as I mentioned, hasn't even spoken to them. He was going to call them, I guess, after the press conference is kind of the way he worded it. Again, very confusing, as we don't know if these are her remains, but according to the family, the coroner's office has confirmed that. He kind of mentioned somewhat of a lack of communication, but wouldn't really iterate to it. So again, much confusion over what is going on here today.
All right, Walker, thank you so much. And we do have more details about when Melissa went missing at WLTX.com. You can go there to see that full story.